the guru of MBTEye.
Hi. Hello, people. So basically, this video is going to be about my MBTI eye movement theory, and it's going to dive into the ENFP profile. Basically, the eye movement theory is something that came to me upon instant gut revelation that I have prepared into a structure already. So that is why I feel the true reason I feel inclined to discuss this is because this has actually helped my depression. That's the important part of this video, is that this MBTI movement model theory has helped my depression, only because it has taught me to do something that I have ignored doing for so long, and that was looking to my top left. That is the message I'm trying to send out there, is that your life will change if you look to the top left and meditate on that position. What this does is it opens your awareness. It unblocks emotional blockages. In your subconscious are emotional blockages built up from memories. Looking to the top left activates past visions. Activating past visions, cognition, allows you to remember traumas. PTSD sufferers will be able to cope with traumas that they're not aware they're facing in their subconscious by looking to the top left. Every single type of person uses specific functions to clear their subconscious emotional blockages, and they're all accessed in the top left. So, I'm going to discuss the ENFP in this video. Now, let's start with Ben.
Yes.
In Model G, we basically put it into 4 corners, but I only chose 2 of Gulenko's ideas, so to speak. I mean, the social mission and the...
Yeah, I've got a graphic here.
And the social
Could you
adaptation.
There you go. There it is. I'm showing on screen social mission and social adaptation. So it's just switched from the other way around. So in Model G, social mission is in the top left, and oh yes, and social adaptation is actually in the top right.
Now, for me, what I've done is I've basically taken Model G and practically Rubik's cubed it around like a spinning Mandela.
Yeah.
And I just pointed the social adaptation in the bottom right, the social mission in the top right. Now this is where I changed Gulenko's model.
But what I've done
what
I've done here is I've just rotated it to show people there social missions in the top left. Social, I just rotated it 90 degrees to the side, and actually the self mission actually matches up with the self affirmation block, and the past body matches up with the inflation block.
And what was the inflation block?
For ENFP, inflation block is TINI.
Yeah, that was the incorrect part. And you know how I explained it? Okay, hold on, wait. Let me go to this. Can you go to the ENFP Gulenko model?
Yep, I'll just I'll pull that across. Right. Just Nephi. Let's put it across. Right, I'll just gonna close a graphic down so that I don't overload anything. I've only got one thing open then, and that's just go. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yes, on screen.
Okay. I saw the riddle that was plaguing this Model G. I'll explain it to you now. NEFB and SETE are the correct ones once shifted over. Now, what this does when you shift it over is it makes the top right orange and white and the bottom right white and orange. So
does that help if I put it like that?
Let me see. Yes. Now, in order to make this pattern the hold on, basically the bottom left has to be SITI in order for the colors to create a pattern.
Right. So what would be in the? Oh, and you said and it should be
Bottom left
eight.
Bottom left should be SITI.
Yeah, and then top left should be NETE. No, sorry, TENE.
No, top left is NIFI.
Right. Oh yeah, sorry, I got mixed up with my type. Sorry about that. Sorry, I got mixed up with my type.
So basically, what happens is you switch the NI and the SI, and it fixes the model and it fixes the colors, and it makes the colors an actual shape and not just some pew. No.
Right. So if we go, did you send me a diagram? Because you sent me one for these. Did you send me one? How many graphics did you send me today? On Wednesday, did you send me 2 graphics?
I believe so.
Because I want to make right. So it was this one here with all the 60. Was not that one. This one, wasn't it? With the explanation. Is that correct?
Yes. I would like for you to go through that with me while I turn off my webcam and look away from the webcam and just explain it to the viewers for me, please, because I need to walk when I cannot use data.
Okay.
Explain to the. Can you at least read to the viewers what it says the top right taglines are?
Yeah. Top right is social mission, and this is possibility. Instant. What does that mean? Instant as a subset of possibility.
Possibilities in the instant moment.
Right. Okay. So possibilities in the now.
Yes. Everything is in the now. Everything that's written there is in the now.
Right. Unchanging. Comprehension. So could you give it? I got an idea. If you give us some examples of these things for the ENFP.
Thank you. Okay. Now, the ENFP. Okay, which word should I start with?
Possibility in the instant.
Well, I think the possibility is when I look to the top right, honestly, I don't really like looking to the top right so much anymore because I've noticed that I use it mostly when I'm in social anxiety situations as a sort of a mask of who I really am. So now that I've stopped doing that, I've just decided to look to the top left more. But now, see, the reason I said possibility and instant is because my NEFE, when it looks to the top right constantly, is all it's doing is it is creating a possibility of something to do in this instant. It's more seven-ish behavior. And then what I've done is by basically looking to the top right, I have changed to more integration to five behavior. Now, for the top right, yes, think about a seven. Think about an ENFP for me. That is how I experience possibilities in this instant. I think that when I digress into other types and discuss their types, that it'll be a lot more, what's the word, understandable for other people because everything that I will say will relate to my own experiences. So how can I possibly explain a theory that I have only understood from my subjective perspective? I think I should begin with a different type, maybe.
Well, I was thinking that with the ENFP, that is the type you know most about, and talking about your own experience.
I see. Okay. Well, okay. Well, I then in that case, I'll just pretend that this I model theory for now is just my own type until I digress to other types.
Yeah.
Okay, then. For as an ENFP, when I look to the top right, I am pretty much using possibly. I'm coming up with ideas for jokes, basically. Jokes. I like to make jokes, and I find all the possible things that can be funny in the instant moment that can be made into a joke. Now, what's the next word? I want you to read these words to me so that I can know which ones to continue to.
Unchanging comprehension.
Unchanging and comprehension. Okay, basically, unchanging in the sense that what the information that I have in the top right is unconscious, so it is already there. It is information that I have accumulated through my life, all my knowledge, all my learned knowledge, education, schooling. Well, actually, no. Every piece of information I've ever accessed in my entire life is in the top right, pretty much. The top left is where you assimilate and synthesize the information and heal the blockages and emotional disturbances that you've accumulated in your unconscious your entire life. Because everything in your unconscious is stored forever in your unconscious. Every experience you ever had is in some way related to your subconscious. So that is why I want to stress again, top left, subconscious block removal. Subconscious emotional block removal. And most people are not aware that they even have a subconscious emotional block until they start doing this. I can guarantee it. Like,
what was your unconscious emotional block?
I had zero perception of the spiritual realm.
And how did perception of the spiritual realm help you?
Well, it made me realize, okay, life isn't just this thing that ends. You reincarnate. So, like, I learned that I killed myself in my past life, and I'm like, oh crap, that sucks. I really don't want that to happen again. And I'm escaping a cycle that I was stuck in for a very long time. That's essentially the problem with. I can't go back now because that's always going to be in the back of my mind. I may have killed myself in a past life, and I don't want that to happen again. Because if I don't have some kind of meaning in my life or spirituality at all, I lose purpose. Nothing makes sense to me. Nothing. And it's like the world is just this place. That's it. And then you die. It just that to me is not a logical perspective to have when I think of how the complex the universe is truly. There has to be higher rankings of consciousness. Like there has to be. obviously Christ achieved something higher than other people. Obviously Buddha did too. Obviously, these are people who know what they were talking about. They understood reality in a way that people felt in their bones, which was true. Their gut. It was like this powerful, just your gut. Just sometimes when you just feel something that you can't explain, you can't ever go back to the way you were thinking before. And I have no, I mean, let me preface by saying that I don't feel offended when someone tells me I'm schizophrenic because I understand that that's how I appear to people because I would have said the exact same thing to someone who was like myself the way I am now had I seen them before I awoke. I would have been like, "Oh my god, you are insane. What is?" It's just like I just don't know how to truly magnetize someone to understand without showing them some kind of like wizardry or magic or something. And I don't think it's something I can do. It's just your own personal guide who's always there, who's always giving you knowledge and wisdom and telling you the truth and giving you clarity and giving you guidance and giving you emotional support and letting you know that things will get better and letting you know that this life is not just this life and letting you know that there is a bigger picture, letting you know that you have power, letting you know that you can use your power, letting you know that you deserve to use your power, that you that's the fear. The fear is that this is all a joke. This is all just my fantasy. That I'm immersed into some deep hell of schizophrenia. Yet I'm experiencing more joy than I can possibly begin to explain.
It's been useful. That's the thing in pragmatism. How useful is something? It's been useful
I
to you.
just, I just, I just know that it has changed my life in such a way that had I not experienced this, had I not been able to see the world this way, that I would have probably not been here much longer.
Wow. I like how you've spelled aesthetic the British way in the social mission quadrant, and quite a clear writing style as well. And I also like how the crickets are serenading you, or what are they, cicada or whatever. Right, what we got now? We're on. We talked about the. Oh yes, we talked about removal of your unconscious block,
Subconscious.
subconscious. So it's semi-conscious.
Well, I think Freud describes it best when he described the unconscious, the subconscious, the ego, and uh, basically, I've actually expanded this in Hinduism. I'd like to explain that.
Yeah, go on.
The unconscious is the root chakra. Meditating on your nose is basically balancing the root chakra, which is the most important chakra to balance. So basically focusing on your nose will basically make you less anxious as a person. That and stomach breathing. Always remember to just put your hand on your stomach, and like a baby, when you were a baby, when you breathe, your hand moves up with your stomach. Not See, I coughed when I did that. See how unnatural and uncomfortable it is for me to breathe the way I'm supposed to?
Right.
That's diaphragm breathing. It is proven, scientifically proven. Look this up.
What? So
This
you
is
you think
I feel like this is.
diaphragm breathing is unnatural for you?
Yes.
What about other types?
I think most people.
Right.
I think honestly, everyone has this really bad breathing pattern. Like how do people even like your breath? Being in control of your breath and having nice deep breathing at all times and relaxation is the key to like happiness, you know, because when you're breathing and you're aware of your breath and you always calm, the blood is always flowing to your brain, you're always feeling good, you know. Just breathe, deep breaths change your whole life essentially if you just continue doing them. Like basically I'm a collector of good advice is basically what I like to call myself.
Right.
And
So
I was looking to the bottom right during that whole conversation. That whole bottom. Like everything I just said. I guess I may have possibly manipulated myself into activating my consciousness. But here's the thing, I set intentions. That's why the brain is a hologram. Your consciousness can be hacked just by understanding how you can maneuver your life through the spirits around you.
could you tell us a bit more about how someone's consciousness is a hologram?
All right, I'll give you more of that after I drink water.
Okay.
Okay. You know how when you were sitting in math class, algebra class, mathematics being the purest form of logic that's, available to existence, geometry, trigonometry, calculus, it all became about graphs, factoring, exponents, like fractals, like vectors, like what? Like, dude, I just got lost. But I feel like now if I studied physics, I understand now consciousness is a hologram. So that graph is a depiction of something taking place in reality. And in a way, reflected by your perception and consciousness in your eyes, because our visual diagram is our visual sensation, sense, eyes. The ability to see and visualize are symbolized by your eyes. And that's why people draw graphs, they symbolize eyes as well. Everything now, in my opinion, is truly symbolic to the eye. And that is why I've changed this video from MBTI to MBTEye. Your eye is how you find your true eye, basically.
That's
And like, why wouldn't you want to find your true eye? That's who you really are. Like, why wouldn't you want to be yourself? If you have control of your eyes, you have control of what you're doing, what you're accessing, and it's just you change. And I actually, honestly, I really need to learn to breathe, because I do honestly admit that anxiety hits me like trucks all the time. And
what sort of things do you get anxious about?
not sure in particular. It is just a constant feeling of anxiety. And when I experience it, I try to exercise. However, I should exercise more. At the moment, Ben, I think for my
Yep.
own well-being, I should probably just do push-ups right now because my heart rate just randomly accelerates and sends me into a bit of dysphoria. So I'll be right back. I will.
Okay.
I will stay in the call though.
Okay.
Speaker.
How many are you gonna do?
I don't know. Let me see how many I can do. I have like. Ugh. 1, 2, 4, 5,
Hang out, God.
7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, okay. I think I got it out for now.
Right.
I need to do like, because what push-ups does is basically, because it gets your heart pumping really fast, and it works your chest muscles. In my opinion, the heart chakra is the most important chakra in the Hindu system.
Why do you think that is?
Because it's the center of balance. It's number 4. There's 7 in total. 1, 4, 7. 4's in the middle, direct middle. And it's the color green. And green is the color of your leaf on the tree of life. Well, if you have a healthy leaf, at least.
Right. So, what sort of things have you been anxious about in the past? Like specific examples.
Specifically, okay. I think this explains a lot. I have a very deep subconscious emotional block in relation to childhood traumas.
What were those traumas?
Okay, as a kid, this is gonna sound completely ridiculous, but I was about 7 years old, and I threw a golf ball off a cruise ship, and then my parents told me that they saw me on camera, and then basically they lied and they guilt tripped me, and they told me that the tennis ball had to be paid by the captain $7,000. He had to pay out of his own pocket $7,000. Like, to me as a kid, at the age of 7, I was like, oh my god. And then every day for a year after that, I thought I was going to burn in hell forever or some shit. It was really intense.
Well, they sort of let that play that trick on you, not for 5 minutes, but just let that stay with you.
Yeah, no, I didn't tell them it was haunting me. I just kind of every night. The trauma was basically being Well, every single night as a kid in my room, 7 years old, just in like kind of so much terror that I feel paralyzed. Like just I'm paralyzed. My mind hurts so much that it just kind of freezes to death and just ice cold pain, and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm going to burn in hell for infinity. I'm gonna burn in fire forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And I'm just imagining how the pain's gonna feel. And I'm just knowing like, oh my god, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. And I never told my parents, and every single night it was just like whenever the sun came down, whenever the sun came down is when the feelings would start. It would start off as just a very just deep, 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 deep dread about life and existence and everything. And it hurt so much. I was like, what is going on? What is happening to me? Why is this happening to me? Why am I feeling this way? I don't understand. Why am I feeling this way? I feel this horrible feeling of dread and terror and anxiety and horror, and I don't know why, and I can't explain it to anybody because it makes no sense. Just the sun's gone down and just suddenly everything's just horrible, and it just got stuck that way for a very long time. And basically it was just that over every single day for until 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then at age 13 I basically just gave up on God because I realized that I had extreme sexual disorders. I was like, okay, fuck that.
What sort of sexual disorders?
Kinds I will not be admitting.
Okay. Right. So
But
right now, if you look to your top left, would that help your present state, your present emotions?
I've been looking to my top left for this entire conversation.
Okay.
This is why I was able to even release it. You understand that in tears releases blockage.
Right.
I'm sorry that I became emotional. I didn't intend for this to become a drama, but I was intentionally testing my theory by looking to the top left and seeing what it does and knowing what it does. And it pretty much, in my narrative as I talked, it just brought me to a state where I felt like I can make you understand what it is that I experienced, because I feel like in some way you felt it too, maybe. Did you?
It makes it real.
Did you ever feel it? That feeling? That dread?
A little bit.
Okay, you understand. I felt like you did because you're a 4. It's a 4 thing, man. Like we 4s have that kind of driven. It's like a knife of melancholy into our belly, just or no, into our heart actually. It's like you are sad and you don't know why. Like, God, what do I do? And it's like, because you're sad, you have to be sad. I'm like, God, that's horrible. I don't want that. Why would I want such a thing? It's like then you never realize that there's a demon around you this whole time, basically.
And all this got started because of a golf ball.
Huh?
All this got started because of a golf ball being thrown into the ocean. And the parents.
Then you integrate to 1 by looking to the top left.
Okay.
You know why?
Why?
Because you look to the top. You say you look to the top a lot, right? You stare straight up.
I sort of go straight ahead.
Just straight
But
ahead.
I do look to the top left when I'm recalling stuff. I do look to the top left quite a bit, but it's usually when I'm talking that I'll look to the top left.
What's the direction you're looking the most, you think?
I think it's like staring into space, maybe.
Up or just straight forward?
Straight forward.
Okay, so you're kind of like a total. You're not integrated or disintegrated. You're kind of just 4.
So looking to the top left would help me go to 1.
Yes.
Would it give me more? So more direction, more energy. So this is something I can really test out, and then we can. And then I can report back in, say, a month. So let's see how it's helping.
Yeah. For the duration of this conversation, why not?
All right. A lot of times, though, in these hangouts, a lot of what happens is the way I sit. It's gonna be.
Sorry, man. I went to go get coffee in my house, and I have psychotic family just like I am. So.
Ya. Ahí, mira, ahí hay una cosa.
When you enter the Beckelheimer household, things turn into like have you seen the movie Psycho with Anthony Bates?
Anthony Bates, or is it Anthony Bates or Michael Bates? I don't know.
Anthony Bates.
Anthony Bates. Nah, I don't get that.
You know what I just realized?
What?
Okay, I just realized something, Ben.
Yep. Now you're indoors. Can you put your webcam back on?
Oh my God, Psycho's back. Anthony Bates is back. He's throwing things now onto the floor.
Well, if we could see it on webcam, that would be enlightening.
Part
of the show for the viewers. There we go.
¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué haces?
I think it would be better for me if I put the screen over there on my top left.
I refuse to be